And let me make available the final exam. I haven't finished doing the corrections of the midterms. I wasn't able to use the phone or use the computer. So I have an excuse there. Okay, hold on. Mostrar. Okay, so you have it available on Moodle. And you have used Padlet before, right? Yes. Okay, so it's gonna be simple for you. Okay, so here we go. Let me share. Okay, there we go. So we're going to be using Padlet, and there are different ways that you can use or integrate Padlet in your classes. And pretty much what you're going to do is something similar to a bulletin board. A bulletin board based on a reflective journal, kind of. Don't worry, here you have an example. So, okay. So remember that a bulletin board, you can do it either physically or in this case, digitally. And it's usually designated in order to display in an area either of a virtual class like this one or in a physical class information. Okay, different type of information you can post with the Padlet. You can use it for visual learning aids like timeline charts. You can use showcasing student work. You can get all the students' work and put it the posters in like a bulletin board. Classroom organization. Some schools that have the tendency in the back of the room to keep a schedule for the month and then mark on the dates what they have, not only on task, but for example, November, that there are so many activities, they can put them in there. You also have interactive elements. For example, if you're going to do a poll or you're going to do questions, you can also put them on bulletin boards. Thematic displays. For example, if you're teaching the seasons, you can put a bulletin board very nicely with the different seasons. And you can make an emphasis that there are 4 seasons, but in Panama there are only 2, dry season and more rain. So, but they can know about the other ones, autumn and spring in other places. Or if you're teaching math, you can put the multiplication tables, anything you want in there. You can also have, and I recommend these, especially when you're teaching from maternal until like 6th grade, motivational and inspirational bulletin boards. Okay, focus not on what we do at the university, that it tends to be like we focus on the bad things when you're in the university, but you supposedly don't need a lot of motivation. You're here because you want to have a future or a better future and you're studying to get money, right? So that should be enough motivation. But when you're kids, you need other type of motivations, okay? Don't use, and I think that you should not use motivations like this one did a good thing and that one did a bad thing. Everybody does something good, okay? Sitting down in the chair, paying attention, just right there, something good, okay? So always keep motivating your students, especially in younger years, okay? There are so many distractions nowadays that you have to motivate them. Bring them tools. You took web, right? So you have a lot of web games and things like that that you can complement your classes with. I know sometimes it's hard because the curriculum is very boring, okay? But it depends on you, okay, what you do in the class to make people like English. Not many people like English because their English professors were not that good, right? And this is one of the subjects that you have to be very interactive. Songs, games. You don't do that in chemistry, biology, or mathematics, right? Although mathematics professors or teachers could do that, but they don't. But English is a subject that not many people like because of that. And it could be very fun. I think I have already told you the story that when I'm in UTP and there is a World Cup that is coming next year, I usually put my students the game in English, they take notes, and then the next class I ask questions about the game in English. And right there, I'm teaching English, right? So you can adapt it a lot. So here is an example of the Padlet for a reflective board. You have it there so you can access it. Okay, you're going to put over here, you're going to put the title and you put your name, class number 1, the date, class number 2, the date, and so on and so forth in columns. Every activity, more or less, okay, of what you have done through the semester. And what is this date about? The date that it was due. Okay, don't worry that I have instructions, but let's talk over the example. So you have the first box, topic of the class. What was the class about? Okay, then activity develop. Explain what did we do in the class? Okay, what was the topic about? Okay, what did I learn? Explain with your own words what you learned on that specific class or that specific task. I mentioned classes, but it's mostly based on task, okay? Because the classes were periodically, okay? What problems did I face when developing the activity or task? Don't focus on, I didn't have electricity. I couldn't deliver. No. Focus on learning problems. Okay? This is all about learning problems, not your personal life. Okay? We can do a class about next year about problems. Okay? But not at the end of this semester. Okay? How did I overcome the problems I faced when developing the activity or the task done, not developed? Okay, and then you answer the question here. And at the end, on the last box, you're going to attach the link or images of what you did. Okay, if you have to deliver a link, give me a photo of the main part of your link, and then underneath also deliver the link. So image and link for those that had links. If it was only the task without explanation, just in an image. Okay, so you have to open boxes like this for every single class, every single task. Okay, let's go back. So let's give the explanation. For your final exam, you will develop an online reflective bulletin board. This reflective board will be placed so you reflect on your learning in this class. Okay, this will include all the information you develop through the course, and you will internalize developing the following sections per activity developed during the semester. So this is the text of what I just explained with the image. Okay, so you're going to put the class number, the class date according to Moodle, then the topic of the class according to Moodle. Okay, you just take the titles from there. The activity developed, and as I said, a brief explanation of that. What did I learn? Internalized. People, think about your thinking. Okay, that is good when you're a professor. You should do that. Not many people do that, but think about your thinking. Okay, what problems did I face? Also internalize. And as I said, no technical problems mentioned. Okay, how did I overcome the problems? And the link, as I said. Okay, each section must have an image illustrating your text, like you saw. Okay, every little box of every little question, after you text, after you type, look for an image that reflects how you felt or what you did. Okay, if you didn't do the task and you want the points, those points, you must do it. So if you didn't deliver something, I'll show you the rubric and you'll see, and then you evaluate if you want it or if you don't want it. I'm not gonna fight with anybody. I'm like peace and love this semester. Okay? If there were any comments done to improve your task, you must fix them. Okay? Not not on the section of the recording. Okay? I don't want you to re-record something, but on the text. Okay? For those that I corrected information on your lesson plan, that's mostly what I'm looking, that you correct anything that I corrected on the lesson plan. Okay? Information on what it will be included on each section. Remember that this is your final grade. I'm not going to indicate to you how much you must write per section or question, but remember the pensum of this task. It is a final grade. Okay? I don't want like a journal like you're writing about your whole day, but not like 5 lines. Okay? Remember, fourth year, final year of English. So there. Information must be sufficiently internalized and expressed. Any frustrations, put them in there too. Okay. To make the reflective bulletin board, you will be using an application online named Padlet, as you saw. To create the reflective board, you will choose the layout format like the one given on the example on this section of Moodle, the one that you just saw with me. Okay, you can go back and open it. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that is wall, the format. Okay, I'm not quite sure. Okay, attach on your resources, you will find the rubric for the final exam, taking into consideration to comply with the requested assignment. Okay, what do you need to deliver? You must deliver the link of your Padlet. Make sure that it opens. Remember that you have a little clip when you deliver things that are online. Try to deliver it with the clip. That way, if I copy something, if I leave something out, I mean, That way I cannot leave if I'm copying and posting, okay? If you deliver as a text. And two, link the video of your explanation of the Padlet. Of course, you have to record yourself explaining your Padlet. I don't want you to go over reading the whole thing again. Just give me headlines, okay? Mention these and that, a brief information, okay? I'm not giving you time, Nathaniel, but don't talk like forever, okay? Be direct, okay? Remember to use YouTube link uh, or deliver with Canvas or with Meet, okay? That way your deliveries are not that heavy, okay? So right here, so you have final title, the explanation a little bit what Padlet is and how bulletin boards can be used. Then here you have the example of um, what we talked about. Okay. Yeah. And here is the rubric. Okay. So here you have every single task that you did from task 1 to the final exam. You also need to include the final exam as one of your classes. Okay? What did you learn doing the bulletin? Reflect, reflective bulletin board in Padlet. Keep uniformity on the title, text, and layout. Images used to illustrate. So this is in the development, the written section of it. And then you have the oral section with 25 points, which you have to comply with chronological explanation of your reflective bulletin board, coherence between the visual and the spoken information. Always make sure that what you're talking about is what is reflecting, appropriate grammar, tone of voice, and pronunciation. Okay, so you have it there. You don't need to send me the rubric. I'll be checking it out as I um, advance with you. And your final exam is due Friday, December 19th at 20, so at 8 p.m. If you have it before that, please send it so I don't spend like Christmas stick to the computer checking your final exam. Okay? And over here, I will send you, like we did last semester, I will send you your rubric so you can check it, sign it, and deliver it in this section, final exam review, as a PDF, okay, for me to keep the record of your review of your final exam. So please, whenever you deliver your final exam, I mean, I haven't finished grading the last one, last task, I think. As soon as I do that, I'll let you know through Clarice. So if you want to start working on it, put it on, get over with, you can go ahead and do that. Okay? So it's open from today until December 19th. So let me know. You can text me here. Professor already delivered it, and you'll be doing me a Mother's Day present and a Christmas present so I don't spend the whole time checking your final exams. Okay, people? Any question of your final exam? Pretty simple. You should get 100. Please, people, get 100. Okay? Don't disappoint me. Okay. And okay, if you have any questions along the way, just text me over here on the mensajeria and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Okay?
Professor, I'm gonna ask you right away.
Yeah, tell me.
Okay, the information that we're going to use to develop this final exam is the whole information we have seen during this semester, right?
Yeah, but you don't have to put like everything. No. Short information, but not like really short. Okay? Long
Mm-hmm.
enough to cover every single one. Like, for example, here you have every single task. Every task to do those sections will be 5 points. Okay? So all that you have to do is write a little bit answering the questions that I'm asking you, which are these right here. Activity developed with, what did I learn, what problems I have, how did I overcome the problem, and the link. That's it.
Okay, so when you talk about images that we have to upload or videos, it has
Okay,
to be videos and images related with that task. The ones that we use during the task. Okay. Okay.
just one image and the link of what you did. Like, for example, here, this is what you have to do for every single one of them. Okay? The box for the topic of the class, a box for the activity, a box for what you learn, a box for what problems you face, a box for how do you overcome the problem, and the last one is the link or attach image of right here. Okay, so you put the image and the link down here, and this is what I mean about complementary images. Every box should have an image, okay, related to what you wrote, okay, or what the topic is about, okay.
Okay. Okay.
Did I explain myself clearer? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Here, um, if you go here where it says example of reflective board and you click here, you'll have that example that you can check it out. Okay. Jeremy, question?
No questions.
Angeli?
No, teacher, everything is clear.
Lester?
No questions.
Okay. Arlene?
No, teacher.
Sir Karin?
No, teacher.
Clarice?
Everything's clear, teacher.
Jonathan?
Clear, teacher. No question.
Nathaniel?
Hello, teacher. Everything is kind of clear. I will see the video again.
Okay. If you have any questions, remember I'm just a click away from on mensajeria. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So remember that you can deliver from today. I don't expect anybody to deliver today because I still have to grade some stuff. But you have until Friday, December 19th. Please, if you finish earlier, just send me a text on mensajeria so I can start checking them. But because it takes me a while to watch every single video, okay, and check it out. All right, guys. Thank you very much for sharing with me this last semester. Eh, remember that I'll let you know when I send you uh, the final exam to review. So if you send it earlier, I will send it to you by email on a PDF. You need to sign it and upload it in here as a way for me to um, as an evidence for me that you review your exam. Okay, I don't know when they closed at the university, but since it's online, there'll be no problem with your class. Okay, you'll have a happy Thanksgiving, happy Mother's Day, happy Christmas, happy New Year, and see you either in fourth year to those that have some classes to take, or those that are going for the 6 credits. I'll be with you in curriculum. Thank you for everything, guys.
Thank you. Same for you.
Okay, I will post the recording in a minute so you can watch it again, Nathaniel. And you can watch it, William, okay?
Yes, teacher, thank you. I appreciate it. I was
Okay.
having trouble with the internet. I'm trying to do it many times to go in, but they let me know. They let me
Okay,
go.
that's no problem. Remember that I
Mhm.
always record the classes, so yeah.
Yes, that's nice. That's good. I appreciate it for that.
Okay. All right, guys. You'll have a good night. See ya.
See
Good
Thank
you,
you, teacher.
night.
teacher.
Bye,
Thank
Appreciate
you
it. See you
for
teacher.
soon.
Bye,
everything.
teacher.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything.
My pleasure.
Thank you for your